Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode of Music with Nick. Today we have a request by BMAC. Thank you so much, BMAC. This is a yeah, it's like a surprise because we had something planned. You had something planned, and then I told you, hey, you know what? They might block it. What I'm talking about is the Eric Johnson marathon you have planned. But as I told this before, I have a theory that this is the way YouTube works, or the record companies. When they see a marathon that's, I guess, 3 or more songs of the same artist, and especially the same album, I guess that's when it gets blocked, because I think what they think is that we're uploading the entire album to YouTube, so that's why it gets blocked. But hey, thank you so much for getting back to me super fast with a different marathon, and this is going to be super enjoyable. So it says here, let's do something else then, please. For now, we'll modify it later, the Eric Johnson thing. It says here, we're going to do Family Man. So what you did here is you're sending me the, how about these not so well originals and better known covers. I like it. This just happened to me today with another marathon. I did Black Magic Woman, and I thought this is Santana, of course, right? No, I was wrong. It's Fleetwood Mac. And the same thing happened with another Fleetwood Mac that I did. The it's right there, the Green Man Alicia. I thought that was a Judas Priest song, you know, because I've always heard it performed by Judas Priest. Same with Diamonds and Rust and stuff like that. So sometimes, you know, the covers are just, I don't know, they get, you know, more airplay, or they just, I guess with Santana that was the case, that I've only heard that one, and it's such a famous song, but Peter Green actually wrote it. So we're gonna do here Family Man, the original and the cover. So Family Man, the original, is by the one and only Mike Oldfield. This is from 5 Miles Out. What year? This is from I don't think that's correct, or maybe it is. I don't think so. Let me check. 5 Miles Out. Miles Out. I think this is a remaster here. Mike Oldfield. 1982. And we're going to do the cover as well, which is by Daryl Hall and John Oates. Because, oh, isn't that 1982? Okay, so they covered it literally like the same year. Okay, so I guess Hall and Oates, you know, is more famous. Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble here, you know, but you said in the text, the not so well known original versus the better known cover. So I think the second one is the cover, more known. And then we're gonna do Time After Time. Time After Time. I think I know that one. The original is the Hooters, 5 by 5. This is from 2000. This can't be right. This is what's so frustrating about. And the well-known Time After Time by Cyndy Lauper. And I know this one because I saw a show, and that's where they performed the song. It was called This Is Us. Time After Time. This is from 1983. So let's see when the original was actually recorded. The Hooters. Let's see. The Hooters, 5 by 5. And this came out in okay. Information is not as 1980. All right, cool. All right. So I guess I'm ready to rock here with Mike Oldfield, the legendary Mike Oldfield. And if you have not seen my reaction to the Tubular Bells, please check it out. It was a wonderful experience that Greybeard sent to me, and I did the whole thing Wonderful, just wonderful. And also the one that I did is pretty much the original. I mean, there's so many versions. There's like 18 versions of that song, but I think I did the one that was recorded first. So check it out if you like. But again, now let's focus here on Family Man. And again, BMAC, thank you so much. Thank you for your friendship, for all your, emails on bass. BMAC is an he's a bass guy. He's a bass player. He's a musician. So if you want to talk, if you're a bass player and you want to have someone to talk to in the comment section, BMAC is the guy. All right. So again, thank you so much, and thanks everyone for watching and for subscribing. We got to 101,000 already. I can't even believe it, but we did it. So next one is, I guess, 250. I don't know, let's see. All right, here we go with Family Man.
She had sulky smile, she took a standard pose as she presented herself. She had sultry eyes, she made it perfectly plain that she was his for a price. But he said, leave me alone, I'm a family man, and my bike is much worse than my bite. He said, leave me alone, I'm a family man.
This is good.
If you push
So
me
good.
too far, I just might.
Pulling up Mike Oldfield here.
She wore her surprise as she reached to make to protect herself. She showed lessened pride. She made it totally clear that she was his for a price. But he said, leave me alone. I'm a family man, and my back is much worse than my back. Please just leave me alone. I'm a family man. If you push me too far, I just might. She gave him her look. It would have worked on any other man, he said. He could not mistake. She wanted to go back with him and spend the night. But he said, leave me alone. I'm a family man, and my back is much worse than my bite. Please just leave me alone. I'm a family man. If you push me too far, I just might.
My bark is much worse than my bite. I love it.
She turned, tossed her head, and as she started to make a final exit line, she showed real disdain, as if explaining again she could be his for a price. But he said, leave me alone. I'm a family man, and my back is much worse than my back. He said, leave me alone. I'm a family man. If you push me too far, I just might. But he said, leave me alone. I'm a family man, and my back is much worse than my back. He said, leave me alone. I'm a family man. If you push me too far, I just might. But he said, leave me alone. I'm a family man, and my back is much worse than my bite. He said, leave me alone. I'm a family man. If you push me too far, I just might. He said, leave me alone. I'm a family man, and my back is much worse than my bite. He said, leave me alone. I'm a family man. If you push me too far, I just might.
I love it. Also, the artwork of this album looks so amazing. 5 miles out. What a great shot of what a great painting. But So there's a bunch of trivia here that we're gonna talk about. So Family Man is a rock song that is credited to Oldfield, Cross, Fenn, Fry, Riley, and Peart. Peart. The main guitar riff was devised by Fenn, from which Oldfield wrote the chorus and Riley the verses with assistance from Cross. So these are the musicians on this album. Mike Oldfield, Graham Broad, Tim Cross, Rick Fenn, guitar, Mike Fry, percussion, Maggie Riley on vocals right now. There's even Carl Palmer on this album, not on this track, right? But very interesting. And here it comes, here's the information that we're basically gonna be listening to right now. Hall & Oates covered the song in 1982, the same album, the same, no, wait, this came out in 80? Wait a minute. Yes, 82 as well. So they covered it in 82, same year, for their album H2O, with their version reaching number 6 in the US pop charts and number 15 in the UK. It thus became one of the very few songs penned by Oldfield to chart in the United States. That's just one of those things, that's what I said with Black Magic Woman. I'm sure the version was pretty successful by Fleetwood Mac, but Santana just, I don't know. Maybe just in the moment. It is very similar. It's the same song. Even the guitar lick is almost, the same. But it's just one of those things that happen, that one person records it and the other person covers it, and it explodes, right? So let's listen to the Hall & Oates version from H2O. It's even shorter, but I guess they did something different. But I love this version. Very, very cool and totally different from the other stuff that I've heard by Mike Oldfield. Of course, the Oldfield, the Tubular Bells, was very experimental, very proggy, very layers upon layers upon layers of musical ideas. I think 242 overdubs, which is insane. Or maybe I'm wrong, but it was at least 200. So okay, let's give Daryl and John, Daryl Hall and John Oates, the floor here, and let's compare. Let's see.
She had sulky smile. She took a standard pose as she presented herself. She had sultry eyes. She made it perfectly plain that she was his for a price. But he said, "Leave me alone. I'm a family man, and my bark is much worse than my bite." He said, "Leave me alone. I'm a family man. If you push me too far, I just might."
I guess, you know, that version, I can't say, I can't decide which one I like better because I really love the first one, but I guess maybe, you know, the way it's being delivered here with "Leave me alone" with those backing vocals, the guitar solo, it's just, I guess, a little bit more accessible for the dance floor. You know, the other version was a little bit more artistic. This is more like, hey, you know, let's make it like, I don't know, let's make it danceable. I don't know if it's faster, if the solo has anything to do with it. I don't think so, but it's a nice touch. The lyrics are very catchy. Then in the bar gonna bite. You know, it's just like a very catchy chorus. And I don't know, I think they just like, they made it, I guess, just easier to get into. The other one is just more, has just more, it sounds more artsy and maybe is a little bit harder to get, you know, to get into. It's a weird thing, you know, it's a weird phenomenon that just happens with, because it's literally the same song, it's the same rhythm, the same, not the same instruments, but the same notes and stuff, you know, so. But I'm loving both, you know, I can't really decide.
Don't think I want it tonight. You said I'm a family man. If you push me too far, I just might. He said I'm a family man. My rock is my voice and my mind. He said I'm a family man. If you push me too far, I just might. He said I'm a family man. Don't leave me alone, 'cause I got to go home, please.
Wow. Yeah. Well, what I do love about Spotify is they do get, you know, the composer and lyricist is credited as Rick Fenn, and another composer and lyricist, Mike Fry. So at least they got two. I don't know why Mike is not on there, but I guess, you know, maybe there's not enough space, or maybe show all credits. Okay, they did get it right. It says performed by Daryl Hall and Oates, written by Kim Cross, Maggie Riley, Mike Fry, Mike Oldfield, Morris Pert, and Rick Fenn. So, but just in like in this little Kleines, I was gonna say Kleines. In this really small window, it just says the first two. All right, yeah, I'm definitely, I love both. I can't decide. All right. Okay, let's continue with Time After Time. And yes, this song, the first time I heard it was on this show called This Is Us. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's really a nice scene where this guy, this boyfriend, takes his girlfriend, who's very shy, but she's an amazing singer. And he takes her to like this, it was a home, you know, for the elderly, and he's like, he's like, okay, karaoke night, and you know, he sets it up and he puts the backing track for her, hands her the microphone, and she just like sings like the most amazing version of Time After Time. And that's, I'm like, who's the song from? And then I discovered that it was Cyndy Lauper. So yeah, but today we're gonna listen to the original by the Hooters. Here we go, and then we'll compare with Cyndy. Here we go.
Lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you. Caught up in circles, confusion
loving it.
If you fall, I will catch you, I'll be waiting. Time after time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I will be waiting. Time after time. Yeah. After my picture fades and darkness has turned to gray, watching through windows, you're wondering if I'm okay. Secrets scrolling from deep inside. The drum beats out of time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I'll be waiting. Time after time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I will be waiting. Time after time. 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 Time after time.
Wow, I would have to say I really like this version more. I know I don't know, I guess because it has like this, 80s flair. It has, distorted guitars, the drums, it's a little bit more upbeat. I didn't expect it to be this good. And just by the way, if you're in Germany and you want to see the Hooters, they're going to be in Berlin on the 28th, Regensburg on the 29th. I used to live there for a year. I did a year of high school there. And then they're going to be in Munich the day after, because it's literally like just like an hour away from, to maybe an hour and a half by train. And then Zurich. But yeah, on the 30th of June, they're going to be in Munich. And my mom's birthday is on the 1st of July. So, yeah, cool. So I really enjoyed this version. Let's listen to the original. I'm sorry, the cover by because it's such a epic, I guess, tune. Like if we click on Cyndy, it's let's see, it's the second most famous song of hers. The first one being "Girls Just Want to Have Fun." So imagine, like a cover, burst her into superstardom. So yeah, I guess that it just happens. All right, so I think this one, if I remember correctly, is a much slower song, and let's listen to it here. Here we go.
Lying in my bed, hear the clock tick and think of you. Caught up in circles, confusion is nothing new. Flashback The second-hand unwind. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time.
Yeah. It's so good. Oh Lord. I guess I have to go with Cyndy on this one. I really like the original, but the cover has something. It's her voice, it's her range. The intention is obviously there, you know, a little bit, it has more feel. And also it has these catchy instruments for that time, you know, the synth, it has that pop. Yeah, obviously this is the superior version, but I don't want to discredit the original at all. It's right there with this one, you know. It's very hard. It's very hard. This could be like a whole thing, you know. I would love Alexia to listen to these and say what she thinks, you know. But I mean, there's a lot of covers in the world, you know, by famous people doing famous covers of other famous people. So, but yeah, I have to give it to Cyndy here because there's something about her voice, you know, that is just very special. So let's continue.
After my picture fades and darkness has turned to gray, watching through windows, you're wondering if I'm okay. Secrets stolen from deep inside. The drum beats out of time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time.
It's a great bass line.
Said go slow, I fall behind. The second hand unwind. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. 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 Time after time.
Yeah. It's so good. Beautiful. Beautiful. All four versions were amazingly done, each with their own style, you know, in the moment. And what a great idea, you know. I might come up with my own little marathons here, you know, because there's so many good covers and so many so many songs that were recorded and then the cover, you know, succeeded. So it's like the whole thing we could pursue. But yeah, this was beautiful. It's really hard, you know. I don't want to discredit the originals, But I mean, yeah, sometimes, you know, there was something, I guess, for the time. And in the 80s, you know, it was expected to have a certain type of beat and maybe the synth, you know, something about it, you know, the way it was recorded, the way, because she was obviously, you know, very famous and gorgeous, and you know, and so if you hear this suddenly coming with her approach, I'm sure it was an explosion, you know. And Daryl Hall and John Oates, I mean, again, also very pop, very just, you know, radio friendly, against the other version, which is, for me, I think, I don't know, it's very hard. I think both versions were very, very good, but it's very hard to decide. This is where you come in, guys. You know, you let me know. Do you find the original better? Honestly, do you find the cover better? Why? You know, that's a cool, you know, discussion in the comment section. Keep it civil, please. No, I know you guys are the best. This is what I love about the channel, that you guys, you know, when you get into, you know, a conversation and you really, you know, have a great way of communicating and teaching each other things, and then somebody says something and people are like, wow, I had no idea. So this is the beauty of the channel, you know, that is, yes, I do the videos, I do the reactions, or you know, and then you guys can play with this information and, you know, be entertained. And it's all about having fun, you know. This is what this channel is for, you know. It's really good for me and my, you know, I could almost say mental health, you know. It's very, very nice to do this, you know, to listen to music and share it with other people. And then, yes, there's, you know, the one or two negative comments. That's always going to happen. You can't expect to put something out on the internet and expect just like, you know, positivity. There's always going to be that one person, you know, who's in a bad mood. And but hey, you know, you kind of like, you grow a thicker skin than usual, and with this, and you just brush it off after a while. It's just like, okay, it's just one of those. But mostly it's really all positive, and we love it, you know. And Alexia, when there's especially a very nice comment, then she texts us, she takes a picture and she sends it to me, and it really makes my day, you know. Just like sometimes when I would do a reaction and you're like, oh, you just made my day, man. I just came home from work and you have this video up, and I'm really gonna have a great time right now. So that's what this whole thing is about, you know, to feel good and make us, it's about happiness and stuff like that. So again, BMAC, thank you so much for thinking about this, coming up with this instead of the Eric Johnson video, which we'll get to that, you know. We'll be able to do something in the future. But again, thank you so much, all of you, for being here, for liking the videos, for commenting, for subscribing. We owe you so much. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next one.